Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here at Painted Studio. Welcome back to spending a little time with us. Give me just a second to get everything put up on Facebook as it needs to be. Oh, the joys of trying to find myself. I know that sounds like an existential crisis, but truly it's just me trying to figure out Facebook as always. Second. And there we go. Okay, so yesterday we worked on those little boards. Today I promised to have a sticky board ready to show you all the new foils that came in. We did the unboxing, but nothing speaks quite so loudly as an actual visual of foils released. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're ready to go. I have my sticky board here. Now I still don't have these foils on the website. After my live today, my goal is to photograph all the new items that came in, the new Would You Bend earrings, the new corners, the new embellishments, the new foils. I promise I'm going to do that. It has been chaotic. I'm actually keeping my weekend in the studio, making sure all this gets done so everything's available for you. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to test some of these new foils. Now, I'm going to kind of play with them on the board that I have in front of me. The board is far, far, far wider than the rolls of foils. And actually, if I put the board horizontally, they're pretty much, it's 24 inches wide, so I should be able to get 2 foils per row so that you all can see the new foils. I'm not doing them in any specific order. I'm just doing them so you can see them and literally grabbing them off of the stack that I have sitting here next to me. But this will also show you how some things look better over some colors and not maybe so great over others. All right, so let me flip my camera down. Here we go. I'm checking myself. So here I have just a big polystyrene board. It was painted with Spolvex Set Coat Neutral White. Little skinny on the paint there, but again, this is a tester board. And then I used our Artsy Vilfoil adhesive. It's been rolled on. I did this yesterday because we have storms and everything rolling in. It's been really, 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 really humid around here. So hopefully this doesn't peel everything off the board. Normally it's fine, but it can be a little questionable when the weather gets icky like this. And then I'm going to show you one of the cool things of one of the newest foils here. So this one is Morgan's Flowers. Again, it's a translucent pattern or transparent pattern. It's black with clear flowers. They're roses, maybe a few other things. I'm going to cut a little piece. I am carefully cutting this, setting these. I know you can't see it on camera because all you can see is the big white board, but I have to do this really carefully so I don't get the wrong side down. And maybe if I got a pair of scissors that wanted to cut something, it would help, because those scissors are cutted up. Oh, these are even worse. Those scissors were better. Let's go back to my scissors. You know, if you work a lot with stuff, your scissors get icky. Well, my scissors got icky. And I need to sharpen them, and I also need to clean them, because every single pair of scissors in this studio probably has some form of adhesive or paint on them. All right, oops, sorry. I set an alarm for something that I didn't need to set an alarm for. Okay, so this is, once again, Morgan's Flowers. We're going to put that one right here. We have so many foils. I'm sorry, the samples are going to be, areas are going to be small, but that's the option. So I'm going to change my zoom here so you can see it a little better. There we go. Now I'm rubbing it first with my hand to get it nicely smoothed down. Normally I'm not worrying about a crisp edge, but here it's going to help us differentiate. So let's give it a little brush with my scrubber. I could have burnished it down a little bit with a cloth because I keep rags and things around, so you could come back in, use a rag to get your first pressure. I do that most of the time. Let me give it a little peel up to see how well I've gotten it. Ah, that's good. I just use my fingernails to get along the edges. Sometimes these translucent foils and transparent foils like to have the crisp edge broken a little bit. So here we go. Come on. Oh, this is going to be the day. I had it working fine here, so that's where we're going to go. Now, all right, I got to get a grip on it. Oh, that's beautiful. The transfer is gorgeous, of course, because I cut it so badly, it tore. There we go. There's the rest of it. Now you can see my foil adhesive is still, it's extremely sticky, and it's because it's humid here. But look at how pretty that flower pattern is, that Morgan's flower, black and white. Again, I've done it over neutral white. If you wanted it super crisp, black right over white would be stunning. Stunning. All right, now I have to make sure I separate these so that I do the new foil and then put it to the side so I don't lose it. Oh, there's my little label. Yes, I've put labels on the inside of the tubes as well because these little labels that come on things disappear fast, but I'm trying to at least get them photographed first before I lose the little labels. Now this is, well, I've probably lost that little label. This is Isabella. Now this one I have been lusting over since I first saw it. So I can't wait to apply it. I mean, this is going to be so rich and so Baroque looking and so kind of Bridgerton feeling. So let me cut myself a piece, I hope, since my scissors might be working a little better with a little tension on them. Okay. Let's set that one to the side. Take the label off my hands and stick it to the roll, so whatever's left of it. Now I'm going to move the camera over here so we're looking at it from this side. And I might, oh, that's well stuck. Again, my foil adhesive is super tacky right now because of the weather. So this is going to be a little crinkly, folks. I'm warning you right now. It just got away from me, but it'll still be really pretty. But even if I can make this look good crinkled, you know, if I could lay it out flat, it'll look amazing. All right, I want to give it a little brush here. Okay, let's pull this back up. Sometimes you got to come back and go into the corners. That's why you pull it up a little bit and then lay it back down and go back over things. Fingers work well too. Get a little. Let's see. There we go. Oh, yes. And I go back down where it crinkled so I can flatten the foil out and get that little crinkle released. Look at how beautiful that is. And the release is stunning on this. This one's peeling back like a dream. Except where I get it stuck to something on the table. And I can put it back down there because there's just a little bit that didn't get released. Again, come back with my fingers. This is where it all pleated up and stuff on me because I'm so talented. Some days I can't lay a piece of foil down. There we go. And again, come back here. Now if it doesn't grab on the edges and in the corners, it's more likely because I didn't get my foil adhesive all the way to the edges. And it's exactly why, because I can feel it, that's a dry spot. But look at that pattern. This is the Isabella. Now I can't wait to use, I have like 3 different things planned, including a project that I will either be working on this weekend or tomorrow. Oh, well, tomorrow is the weekend. Boy, I'm so smart. Now we just got the Emperador. This is, okay, we're gonna flip back over here. This is a black with a brownish undertone marble. Now this is gonna be stunning. All of these are gorgeous. No ifs, ands, or buts. They're all beautiful. But I have so many here. I know the swatching is small and it's very simple. It's because I have 13 or 14 of these to swatch, and so I'm trying to make it so it's all on one board, because then I'll do other projects with it, and we'll see them in larger sizes. But I can't wait. But right after this, it's going to be photographing and getting these on the website. So here's our Emperador. I take a little measure here where I want it to sit. Okay, there we go. And again, because I'm clumsy, there's wrinkles. Okay. Oh, and this is an easy release because it had a little bubble, and that bubble is now just basically helping me shed every little bit of foil. What I mean by a bubble is that if I press the foil down and the carrier film comes back without the foil attached, it means there's a little, almost like an air pocket there that I can use to manipulate the foil without even scrubbing, because its release is so easy on here. So we're going to do that. And that's what's happening right here. I'm just going to get to all the edges. And we'll peel this back. And this is like the other marble foils, super easy release. I'm just going to come in on this edge right here where there's a little bit of a mess that I made by having it get all crumpled. And again, my edges, I probably don't have good foil adhesive application because I was doing this fast. But I like my edges crisp when I do stuff like this. So look how nice that looks. Oh my gosh. Oh, that Emperador foil, beautiful black patterning. If you have some breaks in here like that, come back with your foil, give it a rub, take your scrub brush, come back, fill in any of the spots that might be a little spotty white. Now again, I'm doing this over neutral white for my own purposes, just for this video. Normally I would do this over a color more similar to this because this is an opaque foil. So I probably do it over black or a deep brownish gray, but that release is really, really good. You can see there's next to nothing on there. And I know I should have a pile started somewhere of all my little foil scraps, and I keep losing. This is how I'm working today. I am losing everything. All right, the next one we're going to do is Alexa Leopard. Now I know this one is metallic, and it looks very, very metallic on the roll. So let's scoot this over here so we have a nice close-up. I know this looks really solidly gold on here, but I also know that this metallic is translucent, so your undercolor is going to make a difference. Now I can just get it started. Oh, this is one of those foils I can't get my fingernails under, so okay. Now you can see that it's translucent. You can probably see my fingers through it. If you look at it on the back, you can see the pattern. So let's cut a little piece of this. And as you can see, I have a habit of leaning on the edge of my piece of foil. That's because I need a third hand. One to hold the roll, one to cut, and a third one to keep it taut, so that makes it cut better. All right, so we're gonna apply that one right here. You'd think at some point I could get something laid down without a wrinkle in it. Not me. Well, let me use my little rag to push on this first. Okay, so we're going to just give this a little buff. Oh, I'm already loving how this looks over neutral white. I don't think I'd love this over a white color, I think it would be too stark over here, but this neutral white, which is a creamy off-white, is making that gold show really nicely. Now, if we did this over black, it would be much more subtle. You'd still have the gold, you'd still have the pattern, but it would show differently because the background would be more aggressively a part of this. And look how pretty that is. But over black, it would be gorgeous too. You'd see all that gold in subtle shimmer. So let's take this and, yeah, no, that's good. That's really, really lovely. And again, you can see that gold. But if you don't like that whitish background, then go with something a little richer. Over brown, this could be just absolutely amazing. You get the richness, but the background would be a little more subtle. All right, let's pull this one. This is Ava's Flowers. Now, I haven't used this one, but I have it planned for a project. So this will be coming in a video very soon. A lot of these are coming in videos really soon. Okay, we're gonna slip the camera over this way. Open that up just a touch. And of course, if you have any questions about any of the foils that we're using, don't hesitate to ask. Now, something like Ava's Flowers looks the same front and back. So especially any of these translucent foils, we make sure, now if you look, oh, this is what happened here. This was still a little sticky. And what happened is some of the leopard transferred on top of the Isabella. So when you're doing foils, if you don't want anything to transfer because there's always little breaks in here, you can feel it, it feels a little tacky, make sure to seal it. For our sticky board, it's okay. So when we send this to you, which is what I started to say originally, we put, if you're buying it by the foot, we put pieces of tape on the top of this so you know which side does not go down to the adhesive. Because some of these transparent and translucent foils look exactly the same top and bottom, and it's really, really frustrating to try to figure it out. Right now I'm carefully holding and cutting this so I know which side I'm about to put down to the adhesive, as I just had that roll across the floor on me. I'll pick it up in a second because this is a moment that I need to pay attention. So here is the, I think this is Anya's Flowers. Please tell me I remembered that right. Pick up the roll that I just had go rolling across the floor. They're so new, I haven't even had a shot at remembering these names. Anya's Flowers, or no, sorry, Ava's Flowers is right here. So you can see that pattern really nice and clearly on the neutral white. Of course, it would be gorgeous over just about any color, but you do want to play with this. So if I put this over blue, because there is translucency in here, this would dull this color a little bit, but it would still be beautiful. And how do I know this? Because I have something sitting to the side that I did one of our new transparent foils on, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. So here we're going to do these things first. I promise I'm trying to do only one thing at a time. We all know that's not easy for me. Let's get in here, let's give this a rub, and see if I got glue all the way to the edge of the board, which I don't always do. And these boards are for demonstration purposes, not for finishes. All right. Now, I very specifically don't pull up like this because, again, it's humid out, it's messy out. I don't want to tear my finish from my board, but look at how well that did there. I have one little spot right here that had a fold, so I want to get that down. There we go. Look how pretty that is. Again, beautiful. And these can be layered over each other. So if I wanted to, I could put a marble down and then I could put one of the florals down. That would work. Heck, I accidentally transferred something. This one is face flowers. Now, face flowers, we've already done a project with in our video studio, and that will be coming out on Instagram very, very soon. Let's zip over here. Again, we're working with face flowers. This is very similar in feel to the Ava's flowers. Not the same pattern, but it's that same tiny floral. I want to call it like a calico print. For anybody who grew up with people who sewed, our house, we had a lot of stuff calicoed. My mom used to make all kinds of clothes for us, and she did a lot with calico prints, these little florals, and she also made some really, really beautiful dolls and stuff for me, and they all had calico clothes. Why? Because calico was an inexpensive cotton, and they were usually small floral prints, very similar to this, and very similar to the face flowers that we're about to apply. Okay, let's get that here. Lay that down. And some of these transparent foils really want to stick to the boards really hard, want to stick to the adhesive harder than other foils. So be prepared, just like I had to, pull a little harder on that one. You might have to give a little extra elbow grease to some of these, just the way they are. The release is not quite as easy. Wrong brush. And I think also between the carrier film and the pattern itself, it's a little thinner. So it gets much more adhered to the surface. So let's pull this back. And there we go. Look at how well that released. We had nearly 100% flawless release on that one, and that pattern is so pretty. So pretty. All right, let's stick that one over there. What's my next one? Okay, here we go. It's Kenji. This one I thought was so pretty. It looks a little like fossils in here, and I really, really liked it. Now, this one's, I think this is a V-mask style film, which means it's going to release really, really easily, and it might even over-release a little bit. Let me put it also means that it likes to roll back on itself, so it'll take a moment to get my hands into this. So we're going to come over here. This is the Kenji foil. It's got a lot of cooler gold in there. I don't want to put that silver edge there. When you have a foil that has a silver edge like that, you want to trim it, because if you look on the back, it's got silver here, and that silver bit will release on whatever your project is. So trim that edge. I'm just going to make sure it goes off the edge here. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to lay that right down. Let's give that a rub with my hands. Where's my cloth? Oh, I put things down, I pick them up, I put them down, I pick them up. Here's another piece of cloth that I can use, my little rags. Okay, there's that. Oh, there it is. I was hiding behind a scrub brush. Okay, we're going to give this a scrub. Okay, and I'm going to go over that edge with my finger because I can see where I'm trying not to scratch into the open foil adhesive, so, better for showing you all stuff. Now look at that Kenji. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Oh, so pretty. And this is what I mean by fossils, this little almost agate-y pattern in here. I watch a lot of odd YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I watch a guy who cuts open geodes that are done from coral. And that's a lot what this looks like, is those coral geodes. Not so much crystalline, but more like agate and different colors, and so pretty. I have a couple spots there that I just was pushing to release. Now this released really well over a light color. Again, because I don't like the white when it breaks through, I might choose a brown or a black background instead to do this over, just because when that color breaks through, it needs to make sense to me. And the cream color under this, personally, I don't love, but you might. Again, personal choices. And again, spectacular release on here. All right, let's move the camera back to this side and pick our next one. Now this one is going to be Sunset Haze. This is awfully pretty. This is a very pinky copper look. So let me, again, hold this down, cut a little piece. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry when the cut's off camera though. I just need to be able to lean on the foil roll to cut a piece and make sure I get an edge cut there. All right, this is Sunset Haze, and look at that kind of beautiful pinky coppery color in there, and there's so much variation, and it's so pretty. So we have the Kenji here with this fossily look, and then this looks more like a patinaed metal where somebody sprayed something on there and it changed the way the metal oxidized, and it's gorgeous. And I hope the camera is picking up just how pretty this pink is. It's so, so pretty. And again, it's a coppery pink. It's not bright pink, but there's a nice variation in here, so you can see everything from deep colors to light colors. And I think that might be a piece of my hair right there. I'm betting money that's a piece of my hair. Now, this is one that I have a feeling is just not going to be great over light color. This would look much better over black, because I don't love where it's breaking through here. I don't love that cream color showing. But again, super gorgeous pattern, super gorgeous color. I would do this, truly I would do this over black or brown, and I think it would be much better. Let's see if we can get a little more scrubbed off just to make it a little more opaque, so I can stop staring at the big place where my piece of hair is on this board. Yeah. Just a beautiful pattern. And again, not crazy about it over the neutral white. I just don't like that white peeking through there. But over black or over brown, wow, that would be just amazing. And I'm going to turn this thing around and I'll readjust the camera, simply because we have more, and I need to be able to reach the boards. So opened up here. Let's see. I need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm just checking to see how many more we're releasing before I run out of space. Okay. Now this one is the Betsy's Cowhide. Now this is a very silvery black and white cowhide. So, but there is a lot of transparency in it too. Again, just like some of the others. But there is a hint of silver in this, and I might consider a white board under this. It might look better than the neutral white that we're about to use. Fortunately, that was the wrong side down. That was intentional, so that I knew which side I was cutting in case I dropped this, which I did. Okay, pull that up. Sticky surfaces everywhere. All right, now let's hope I can remember which side was the right side. Okay, if you have a problem like I just did, I have no idea which now is the sticky side. taken a sticky corner that's going to be hidden, pop the foil. That's not the sticky side. So this should be the side that goes to the adhesive. Yep, that's the side. All right. Just, I always do that in sort of a hidden corner so that I can kind of blend it in like I'm about to do now. So here's the cowhide, the Betsy's cowhide. And you can see there's little fine lines in here. Let me zoom it in so you can actually see it better. There you go. There's actually little fine lines, and those little fine lines are silvery. So this gives us a little metallic to it. So we're going to come in, we're going to give this a little scrub. I'm going to peel this back, and this is a very easy release. And since I messed up this corner already, I'm just going to kind of patch things in just so it looks a little even, because that bugs me. I know it's ridiculous, it's a tester board, but certain things bug me, and I try to make them better. Like there I hit something, so there's a little black on there. I'm just going to go in with my finger. There we go. But there's the Betsy's cowhide, and if you can catch it in this light, you can see the little bit of silver metallic, and it shows, I'll show you on the roll, as it's rolled up, this is this area here, and so it overlays, and you can see that little bit of pearlescent silver right in here. All right, so we're going to our next one, which is, which one is this? Buttercup cowhide, which is a very similar print to the Betsy, but in browns and coppery, goldeny colors. And again, there's going to be a little bit of metallic, because if you look at it on here, and put it over at the camera over here, if you look at this on here on this roll, you can see a little bit of gold, you can see a little bit of metallic red brown. It will look different once we roll it out, because again, it's going over a surface. You won't see as much of the metallic, but it's there. Oh, come on, don't give me a fit. And this one I'm going to pay attention to so I don't have to test it in funny spots. Come on, get out of my way. There we go. Here we have a nice clean edge. And you can see there is some blackish pattern in here too. It's not just all browns and red browns and silvery golds and a little bit of golds and coppers in there. Not silver. You can see it gets darker. We get a little black in there. So you get a nice variegated, varied, I say variegated because that's a leaf term, but you get a nice varied cow print on this. And by the way, when there's little lumps and stuff in here, that's because this, again, is a tester board, so things aren't always rolled out perfectly. Things get dropped on it. In 24 hours, believe me, I had to pull a rag off of this because somebody came and helped me so much by putting a towel on top of here. All right, let's give it a little scrub. Helpers can be very helpful, and helpers can also challenge me. All right, look at that. Okay, there's a little. Yep, that's a spot where I didn't put any foil adhesive. But look how beautiful that pattern is. Ignore my, I'm putting my finger over it so you can't see it. Beautiful, beautiful pattern there. I really like this. This is a great cowhide print. This could go on so many things and look fantastic. Jackets, boots. Think of this on a pair of cream-colored boots that aren't serving you anymore. What a great way to go with that. All right, this one is Undressa. This is one of the florals. Okay. And again, this is, like the others, very broody, very romantic. So I love this kind of dark, romantic looking florals. It fits my aesthetic. for me personally. Now, let's put this over to the side, since I know which side is going down on this. All right, so we're going to put that one right over here. I'm going to put this like this. Let's give that a little rub there. First with my fingers. Again, I try to remember to do it with my towel too. When I'm doing something like this, you know I can get like the clouds a little scattered. So be patient with me. Okay, there's that. Because I do things like that. I just throw a towel to the side. I don't pay attention to where I put it down, and then I can't find it again. Now look how beautiful that pattern shows over this cream pattern. Over a darker color, it's going to show very, very differently. Give those edges a rub down. Give it another little scrub, scrub, scrub. Go with the edge here. See if I can make sure that pattern breaks. All right. Let's rub it down here too. Let's get it everywhere. Look at that. Oh, that's so beautiful. And I just have that little spot right there, so I'm going to take a little foil here, rub it over the lump on there, and I just come back in and touch up the spots that might have not gotten 100% coverage. But look at that. That's really stunning. Again, stunning, stunning, stunning. Look at that pattern. I am so impressed with this. These florals, these new florals, just everything wow about them. Just wow. And now we're going to switch over to the other side. There we go. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera a little bit. And this one is, I forgot the name of it. This is Sandrina. This is our Sandrina foil. Now I used this on something just this week, so I will be able to show you what it looks like over a different color besides neutral white, because we're going to play with that as soon as I'm done with this. I got to set this to the side. I got to cut a piece. I know I'm cutting off camera, but it's just the way it's going today. Come on. There we go. Put this over there. Now I love this. I'm going to put it a little lower just because we have one other piece we're going to use to fill in right there. Now this is more vivid. If you look, you can see this pattern is one of the more vivid ones. It's so bright. It's so fun. Again, I think it looks great over light colors. I think this is best over whites and lights. It will disappear over darks, but it could be, again, gorgeous over a metallic. Think of it over something like gold. Beautiful over that. Beautiful over silver. Okay, let's get the, oh, this one spot just wants to grab. Let's give it a little rub. Come at it from the other direction. There we go. Look at that. Look at that pattern. And that is a fantastic release there. This beautiful floral. Oh, so pretty. Okay, this is our last one, and this one is called, okay, I got to read it on a different thing because the sign thing wore off. Summerdale Copper. Sorry about that, folks, but the little label was a little faded, and I actually had to go look it up to make sure I was saying the right thing. Let's cut a piece. Now this is a beautiful bark-like pattern that will look great on so many kinds of surfaces. Put that over to the side. Okay, we're gonna put it first over here. Again, it's got this little silver edge to it. We're on the wrong side. Little silver edge to it right here. You want to trim that because, again, it will release just a plain silver stripe if you don't. And I will actually show you. I will show you that what I mean by that. Okay, I'm going to set this here. So you see I've got that edge all the way there. It's on the board. And this is a really good release too, especially if I scrub well. All right, first of all, beautiful release on this. Again, I still think this is another one that I would release on brown or on black. I don't like it when the white peeks through some of these. This is another one of those that I don't love, but here's the edge. Well, it didn't release silver, but it did release some of the printed pattern in here. It's not what you want to have here. It used to be that when you had these edges, it released silver, but what it did release is some of this lettering and stuff right there. You don't want that, so make sure to trim your little edge off. Make sure to trim that little piece of edge off because it did release a little bit of this printing that's right here. You don't want that to happen. So here are, well, because both Nature and I bore a vacuum, I'm going to make sure that this comes all the way over to this side too. I have to get it all the way sticky, otherwise I'm going to have a blank sticky spot and everything in the studio will stick to it. All right, let's peel that back. So we have so many new, so we're going to open this up. Here we have all our brand new foils, all 13. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, all 13 of these brand new patterns, gorgeous florals, beautiful marbles, beautiful metallic and stony patterns, bark patterns, cowhide patterns. How can you argue with how gorgeous these are? Oh, 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 oh. I'm in love. I'm having a moment here. Now, we had two others that we did not share so far, and there's a reason. We have our Silver Lining and our Harvest Gold. Now, why am I showing this to you with a piece of glass in front of me? It's simple. Sometimes you want to have gold show on both sides. Now, I'm going to share these plates with you because I did them ahead of time. For Jennifer, we were testing this product. Sometimes you want to have a really pretty pattern, and then you want to back it with gold, but you're not somebody who works with gold leaf, things like this. These foils are a fantastic alternative to leafing because they're able to be sealed with any kind of top coat. I sealed the back of these with epoxy so that they are usable and food safe, not dishwasher safe. I did 2 of them to do tests. One of them has 2 layers of the foil on it. One of them has a single layer. And the difference is that with the single layer, you can still see through it a little bit. There's still cracks and crevices in here. So if I wanted a more opaque gold, I did 2 layers of the gold foil. So what this is one of our transparent floral patterns on here. Then it's backed with the Harvest Gold in 2 layers. And then I hand brushed 2-part epoxy over this. And we'll do an actual video with all of that. But I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about because this might not make sense until you actually see it. So here's our Harvest Gold. Looks like a regular gold foil, correct? But you see gold on both sides. And so this gives you the opportunity, if you wanted to do a vase or you wanted to do a plate or something that was transparent and you wanted to see the metal on both sides. I'm going to take my Harvest Gold like this, and this is a more delicate foil. I can scratch this really easily, so be aware of that. And it's, wanting to fight me right now too. So I put some foil adhesive. I cleaned my glass with alcohol twice to make sure it was super squeaky clean. Then I applied the Artsyville foil adhesive on here, and this mess is from something else we just did getting stuck on here. But I applied the Artsyville foil adhesive on here, one layer, and I let it dry overnight. Why? Because glass is a tough surface, and it's not easy to get things to stick to it. It's not meant to have things stick to it. So let's hope. Oh, it wants to roll up on me. It's a pain in the neck. Let's see if I can get it down this way. Okay. I'm going to smooth this out. We're going to lay it down. I'm going to rub it with my hand first. And it's already starting that wonderful air bubble thing that I was saying that I like to have happen. The release on this is very easy. Very, very easy. Then we're going to come back in here. I'm going to rub it with my hands, see how much of it I can get to release before I even touch anything else to it. Now, this one thing I will tell you, don't use a scrub brush on this foil. First of all, it's a super easy release. But because it's two-sided like this, if you use a scrub brush, it's likely to scratch. So use a rag, use a towel, use something soft. If I use this, I will have scratch marks through the whole thing because this is much more delicate than a normal foil. And this is not meant to go on fabric. It will not hold up for it. But you can see we're going to peel this back and we're going to have a beautiful release on here. So first of all, almost perfect release. Look at that. And again, you might want a second one if you don't want it transparent. And I'm going to show you what happens. Gold on this side, gold on that side. So that's what the biggest benefit of this is that you can use it on a dish or something like that, a glass. We've got projects lined up to do that with these already. I can't wait to show you how beautiful it can be. And then we're going to do the same with this silver. It's called Silver Lining. Now, this will go on furniture as well. You can do it on furniture, on any project. It's delicate. It's sort of a nice alternative to doing silver and gold leaf. It will be very flexible and friendly to use. As I say, and I struggle with getting this on this piece of glass. Okay, let's do this way. All right. Let's get that on there. Again, super easy release on this. Do not use the scrub brushes. It will scratch. You want to use a towel. You want to use your hand. And this absolutely needs to be sealed. Oh, look, it looks like there's a little piece of my hair stuck in things again. That's the story of my life. There's always a piece of my hair stuck in something, even when it's tied back. Okay, so we're going to peel this back. And again, excellent release on here. The reason this is a little stippled is that a towel fell on it. So I'm going to come back in, see if I can catch any of those stippled spots, because, you know, where it's not sticky. See if I can improve that, because this is an absolute user flaw thing. This was not the product. This is... You can see if you look at that texture in there, a towel got dropped on there. So we're going to flip that over and look. Silver and gold, both sides. So this is ideal for doing things like glassware and dishes and bowls, anything transparent, or anything that you want to have a little bit of a gold leaf look without doing gold leaf. So normally this would be sealed. But this is, again, I used this is our Serenity foil. And then I did 2 layers of Gold Harvest, all of this on the back of the plate. And I still have gold on the back of the plate, which is gorgeous. I have gold on the front of the, showing through the glass on the front. It's beautiful. I did some glasses like this. We'll do more of this. And then literally to make this food usable, I brushed 2-part epoxy on thinly. I didn't pour it on it. It didn't dribble, so it didn't seep. I literally brushed it on super thin. If it needed a second coat, I would put another second coat on, again, super thin to protect it. But look at this. Gold through glass. I know a lot of you have been wanting to do this. Gold on the back, gold on the front, because there's always been a question of how can I get gold behind something once I put a transparent foil on there? Why can't I get some gold? I have to basically glue my foil on the wrong way. Well, now you don't. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, I'm so in love. Okay, we have one other thing to do today. I'm going to put all of these to the side so I can have them not explode across the studio here. Now, I told you that I used one of our brand new florals already on something. I used the Sandrina foil. This we did in the video studio this week. This is a little birdhouse beekeeper thing. The tubes are around here somewhere. We're going to hang it in the backyard. I do know that the likelihood of these foils fading is high because, again, foils aren't necessarily exterior rated, but I don't care. So I did this on metallic bright blue set coat, so you can see how it mutes that pattern. It's still super pretty, but anything that would have had a white background, it comes through blue now. And I accidentally got a little piece of composition gold stuck there, and I kind of really like it. So I have some leftover from a project I was doing, and we're going to combine a little gold leaf with a little bit of Sandrina, and we're just going to kind of tap things on. Wherever it sticks is good. And I'll seal this with Whitson's Universal Lacquer for Leaf, and that way we won't have the gold tarnishing, because it will otherwise. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of this all in here, and we're going to do it on all of these. Since this was a new foil, I was just playing with it, and I had been gilding something else in our video studio, and I just loved the way this kind of grabbed on together. I thought it was so pretty on here, and it kind of brightened it up a little bit because the floral pattern on the blue got a little dark, and I loved the gold highlighting on here. So I thought, you know what, let's just come back on Alive and do a little more. And then once I kind of tap a bunch of this on here, I'll determine how much more it needs, but I want to get a little bit all over. And I'm really thinking this is so cute with the gold on here. And I can put as much as there is a sticky area that will accept it. As long as there's, I mean, you know, because foil has, I don't normally say gold leaf over Artsyville foil adhesive. I usually tell you to use a gold leaf size, but we've got sticky spots on here anyway, so let's take advantage of them and do pretty things. Now this bottom was a mess because we had all kinds of stuff going on. I had foil failures galore happening here. All right, let's get some of this on here. So the gold can't hurt this any more than I've already messed it up. I tried to foil before the foil adhesive was ready. And we're going to stick a little on the edges here. This is, you know, the fact that I can stick gold leaf on here is exactly why you need to top coat your foils, because they break on the surface and things stay sticky and then end up adhering things that you might not normally want to have stuck. Now this, I want to have it stuck. This is on purpose, as you can tell since I'm putting it on here with you all watching me. Again, if you have any questions about what I've said, if anything I've said doesn't make sense, and I can especially see that happening with the two-sided foil, definitely ask questions. There is no such thing as a bad question. It means I did not get the information to you in a way that you understand, and that is absolutely on me, not on you. All right, let's get a little more gold on here. Let's see what's going to stick where. So this tends to stick the best in the clearest spots where the foil would be transparent, but it will grab over anything that broke over any of the flowers and stuff. So I'm sort of just slapping things on and seeing what sticks and where it sticks. There's nothing on my hand there. That's not going to stick there. There's nothing on my hand, it won't stick on that edge. Okay, let's get all of this. And I have honestly no idea if the gold will attract birds or attract bees or attract bugs or make them run away. It could do either, because I didn't do any research to figure that out. I'm just sticking stuff on here. Okay, so let's shake out what's there. Let me take a little piece of towel, and we're going to pat this down, wipe off any excess, and then I'm going to pull out the sealer, and we're going to seal this up. And yes, there are still plenty of sticky spots on here, which is a challenge wiping this down, because I'm trying not to get fibers from the towel stuck into any of the other foil adhesive that might still be exposed. But it will work. I have faith, because it is working. Okay, let's do that. Now I picked this up at Michael's, this little house at Michael's, and it was filled with little tubes. So you're supposed to hang it outside, and the idea is that maybe bees would nest in it. I'm not sure. We had wasps nesting in birdhouses last year, so I might be making a very fancy wasp house too. We're gonna find out. It'll go in my backyard and I'm gonna test it. I test everything. I put things in my yard to see how everything holds up. So there, we got that on there. And let me go into my container that I stash things in for here. Now, normally I would use something like Faux Effects Varnish Plus or AquaGuard or even C500 over this. But because I've put a tarnishable metal, which is composition leaf is made with materials like brass. Brass itself is a composition metal, and it's got things in there that tarnish. So I need to seal it with something that won't cause it to tarnish. That's where Whitson's Universal Lacquer comes in. This is why I'm going to use this. Now, if I want to put a heavier coat of top coat on once this has dried for a little while, I can do this, but I want to let this dry for a good week or so before I put something like C500 over it. This acts like a fantastic barrier layer, but it's also just ideal for sealing up anything that's gold, made out of gold leaf, copper leaf, real silver, aluminum leaf. It's a great sealant for that, but it will keep metals from tarnishing. It will keep, if you're using, somebody use variegated leaf like the greens and the blues, it will keep that from altering. The only thing it affects is pink variegated leaf. Why? Because the pink variegated leaf has a lot of copper in it, and for whatever reason, copper is the most sensitive to change, and it will take all the pink out of it. It just does. It's the only one that I can't get this to not change color on. Sorry, I gotta whack it open. And that's something that we've been through before. I actually had a couple messages about this. Somebody had heated their copper leaf. It turned a beautiful pink. They put this on it. It took all the pink off. There isn't a top coat available right now that doesn't do that for pink coppered leaf, unfortunately. I think the only thing that might work on that is just to use a pH neutral oil, frankly. But that is a different chemistry lesson for a different day. And so right now, our chemistry lesson is that we put Whitson's Universal Lacquer for Leaf on composition gold because it will not tarnish it. It will not chemically alter the gold. When it dries, you have a beautiful glossy finish on it, and the gold is nice and bright, just the way it should be. Okay, let's get all these edges here, all these sides, and then I'll get this top edge here. Okay, quick sealant. And again, when you top coat things, get it on fast and leave it alone. Yes, check for drips and dribbles, but don't spend ages brushing, because that's how your top coats get streaky, is that you keep brushing and brushing and brushing, and the product is actually drying on you, and then you brush into it and your brush pulls a big streak in it and you're freaking out. Your best thing to do when that happens is walk away. Leave it alone, let it dry, put another layer of top coat over it. That will actually serve you far, far, far better. Now, I haven't done anything to the inside of this intentionally because this is a paperboard back on there, and there's little, like I said, tubes that go in here that are supposed to look like a hive for bees, but I'm not sure exactly what it will attract. We're gonna figure that one out. In my yard, it might be building, like I said, a very fancy wasp nest. So I'm gonna turn this around so you can see it. Look how cute that came out with the Andressa foil on bright blue metallic set coat, and then composition gold leaf on here. And if you're wondering why I keep saying composition leaf, you all have seen me build with real gold, and composition gold and real gold are not the same thing. So for a project like this that's quick and easy, composition gold leaf is perfect for it. And it's inexpensive, and you can get it at Michael's, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it everywhere. So doing this makes it a fun and easy project to do. Yes, I did put top coat. I was touching something and it felt dry. I'm like, I forget to top coat it? No, it just dried that fast. I have a dehumidifier running. So we're gonna let this cure up for a couple days, and then I'm gonna determine whether or not I need another layer of Whitson's on here, or if I wanna put another layer of like C500 on here, and it's gonna go hang in my backyard, and maybe at some point I'll find the little tubes that go in here. Let me set that to the side. So we got a lot of foil today. I mean, seriously, it's big foil day. We had all our brand new patterns. Look at that. All those patterns are so pretty. You got the magic foil that can go on backs of things like plates in silver and gold. Harvest gold, silver lining. This is the front of the glass where you just look through it. This is the back where the foil is mounted. So we did some magic gold with that. And then we created finished our little bird feeder with some Compo gold and that beautiful Andressa foil. That gave me the chance to show you, because this, let me put my finger on it. This right here, this is what Andressa looks like over cream. Sorry, I gotta move it around so I can see. This is what the Andressa looks like over cream. And this is the exact same foil over blue. So your undercolors make a huge difference in what you're doing. All right, everybody. Thank you for giving me some of your time. I know it's Memorial Day weekend. I am going to sign off here. I'm going to start photographing. We're going to start putting everything on the website. We have got so many new projects to do. We're going to be doing stuff with our brand new double-sided gold. We're going to be doing some fabric projects. We are going to be doing some indoor projects, some outdoor projects. We're doing a lot of foil because we've got so many pretty new ones to use. So keep an eye out here. We might do some more here. Go check us out on Instagram because there are videos there that don't always get it over here to Facebook. Even TikTok. Things go all over the place. We are everywhere. So absolutely go indulge your social media fantasies and check us out everywhere. Again, this is my new happy thing. Being able to do this and have it gold both sides. This was fun to do. And we will do a project just like this so you can see exactly how I did it. All right, everybody, have a wonderful holiday weekend. Spend some time outside, spend it with your loved ones. We got a storm going here, so I'm spending it in the studio until the weather gets better. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.